Good evening, sports fans. Welcome to Sports Roundup here on this Wednesday, March 25th, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. Let's start you off at the TD Garden with the Boston Celtics coming off a win against the Brooklyn Nets on Monday night down in Brooklyn. I've squared off against the Miami Heat without Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. And you think that this is going to be easy for the Celtics? No, sirree, as the Boston Celtics in the first quarter came out sluggish in the first quarter, but they tried to keep it at the pace as the Celtics trailed the Heat. (27-20) here, and then the Celtics started to falter in the second quarter, committing turnovers here and not playing good defenses. Miami took advantage of that, and they went in a halftime break. Laid in at 57-40 here, and then the Heat started to continue to keep up the good pace as the Celtics tried to get back, but it was no use as the Miami Heat went into the third quarter break, leading it 82-62. But then the Celtics started to make a push in the fourth quarter as they kept on fighting as they came to within 5 points, but the Celtics ran out of steam as that disastrous first quarter did the Celtics in as they fall to the Miami Heat 93-86 as now the Celtics have dropped to 31-40 in the season with 11 games left for the Celtics end. So now the Celtics and the Indiana Pacers are tied for the final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference here as Miami goes to 33-39 in this season here with 8 games left for the Heat here. Boston and Indiana tied for 8th place, and Brooklyn and Charlotte not far behind with identical 30-40 records here. So, you are fighting for the playoffs here, and you gotta play better basketball, but the Celtics didn't do their jobs, but the Celtics are gonna bounce back, learn from their mistakes, and learn how to improve their game here, as some days you have good days, some days you have bad nights. It wasn't one of them for the Celtics, but they'll bounce back as Jay Crowder got 16 points in the loss for the Celtics, while Goran Dragic got 22 points in the win for the Miami Heat. As next up for the Celtics, they'll be down at Madison Square Garden on Friday night for a date with the New York Knickerbockers here. Alright, let's take a look at other scores, Randy, and NBA here on this Wednesday night. Brooklyn Nets defeated the Charlotte Hornets 91-88 as Brook Lopez got 34 points and 10 rebounds in a win for the Brooklyn Nets here. Los Angeles Clippers thumping the New York Knickerbockers 111-80 as Austin Rivers got 21 points in the win for his father's team. Atlanta Hawks over the Orlando Magic 95-83 as Paul Millsap got 25 points and 11 rebounds in a win for the Atlanta Hawks here. Indiana Pacers edge out the Washington Wizards 103-101 as George Hill got 29 points and 9 assists in the win for the Pacers. Chicago Bulls over the Toronto Raptors 116-103 as Caron Butler got 23 points and win for the Bulls. Cleveland Cavaliers over the Memphis Grizzlies 111-89 as Kyrie Irving got 24 points in the win for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Going into overtime up in the Twin Cities, Minnesota Timberwolves and the Los Angeles Lakers dead even at 90 apiece. Jeremy Lin, the Harvard product, got 19 points for the Lakers, while Andrew Wiggins, no relation to me, got 22 points so far for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 2:53 left in the fourth quarter. Houston Rockets leading the New Orleans Pelicans 9-4-86 as James Harden has 24 points and 10 assists so far for the Rockets. At halftime out in Denver, the 76ers leading the Denver Nuggets 49-46 as Nerlens Noel got 7 points so far for the 76ers. At halftime, Utah Jazz leading the Portland Trail Blazers 39-37. With 8:10 left in the second quarter, San Antonio Spurs leading the Oklahoma City Thunder 41-34 as Tony Parker so far 13 points, while Russell Westbrook's got 14 points so far for the Oklahoma City Thunder. In Phoenix, Suns leading the Sacramento Kings 10-9. Alright, let's take a look at scores around the National Hockey League here on this Wednesday night. Alright, let's take a look at NHL scores here. With 8:18 left in the third period, the Philadelphia Flyers are leading the Chicago Blackhawks 3-1. 11:24 left in the third period, Edmonton Oilers and the Colorado Rockies tied at 3-3 apiece. And with 16:39 left in the first period here, Calgary Flames and the Dallas Stars, no score. Alright, let's take a look at some college basketball tournament scores here. In the men's, first of all, in the NIT, in the quarterfinals, it's Temple leading Louisiana Tech 55-44 with 15:19 left in the second half, and Old Dominion leading Murray State 72-69. In the CBI, in the CBI tournament semifinal, it is UL Monroe 71, Vermont 65, and Loyola Chicago 63. Seattle University, 48. And the CIT tournament, UT Martin eking out a win over Eastern Kentucky in the CIT quarterfinal, 70-69. In the women's college basketball scores here. Women's NIT. Third round, 7 Miss, Mississippi 76, Eastern Michigan 65. In the WBI, Siena 65, Mercer 54. Okay, take a look at the Major League Baseball spring training scores here. Chicago White Sox leading the Kansas City Royals 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Seattle Mariners leading the Chicago Cubs in the bottom of the first, 1-0. Bottom of the first, no score between the Cincinnati Reds and the Texas Rangers here. Houston Astros defeating the Philadelphia Phillies 7-1. Detroit Tigers over the Miami Marlins 8-4. New York Mets defeat the New York Yankees 7-2. Tampa Bay Rays eke out the Minnesota Twins 2-1. Toronto Blue Jays over the Baltimore Orioles 5-2. St. Louis Cardinals 1. Washington Wizards. St. Louis Cardinals 1. Washington Nationals nothing. Final on the time, Milwaukee Brewers and the Oakland Athletics 9-9 tie. Los Angeles Dodgers 9. San Diego Padres 5. Los Angeles Angels 4. Cleveland Indians 3. And the Colorado Rockies 5. San Francisco Giants 2. Okay. Let's take a look at some sports news here on this Wednesday night here. Houston Rockets star James Harden continues to make a push for this year's MVP award, and plays like this well will keep him in the compensation. There's no love lost between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots, whose decade-plus-long rivalry is morphed from on-field feud to a full-fledged daytime soap opera as replete with name-calling, cheating accusations, Betrayals barbs fired through. Los Angeles to Beverly Hills real estate market is particularly competitive, but Manny Picard has the perfect ace up his sleeve. Those in the NFL who view the extra point as a useless play finally get their point across. On Wednesday morning, the owners went to change the conversion kick this season. Cleveland, when Kentucky's basketball team emerges from timeouts, the last coach to speak to players tends to be not John Cabar, but John Robich's assistant. Major League Baseball reports investigation Miami Marlins pitcher Jerry Cosart for gambling. Judge denies the NHL's motion to dismiss concussion lawsuit. In Miami, two-time Miami Open winner Victoria Azarenka defeated Spain's Silvia Soler Espinoza 6-1, 6-3 on Wednesday to set up a second-round meeting with Serbia's Jelena Jankovic. In Buffalo, Sabres are in last place, and many of the fans are openly rooting for standards to stay that way. As in Phoenix, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell may have been relieved that the last season is over, but he's still grappled with the fallout from domestic abuse, scandals, and the league's botched attempts to penalize players who dominate headlines in 2014. In Miami, Serena Williams practiced on Wednesday for the first time since a knee injury forced her to withdraw from the BNP. Purvis Open semifinal last week, but not lower their expectations from the Miami Open. With Sacramento waiting in the wings, Major League Soccer officially announced Wednesday that it has granted an expansion team to Minneapolis. In Cleveland, on the surface of things, Notre Dame, a number 3 seed in the Champion Atlantic Coast Conference tournament, begins a slight underdog against Wichita State. In our stand-up, the United States national team endured yet another late-game collapse Wednesday night, losing a cold, rainy night by a 3-2 to a Denmark team that was far superior in nearly every aspect of the game. Bill Belichick can no longer take the advantage of the loophole and lining up eligible and ineligible receivers as it's too late to help the Ravens, but the NFL owners outlawed the funky formation that Patriots used to help the Baltimore Ravens in the divisional round. And the Wheaton Lions lacrosse team did very well today. First of all, the Wheaton Lions men's lacrosse team defeated the Eastern Connecticut State Warriors 14-8 at Wheaton College, and then the women's defeated the Smith College Pioneers 17-6. And that's going to be it for Sportsman Up here on this Wednesday, March 25th, 2015. I'm Pierce, and hope you have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow right after the Boston Bruins and Anaheim Ducks game. Good night. See you tomorrow.